Just look at the difference. Hero7 is bouncing all over the place. 8 is just woo! Genuinely, the upgrade, the time warp alone on the GoPro Hero 8 compared to the GoPro Hero 7 would have been enough to get me to upgrade. Look at what you can now do. So first off, if you upgrade it from the GoPro Hero 7 to the GoPro Hero 8, what I would be interested to know is what was the feature that made you upgrade? Because one thing I've noticed from talking to people is everybody has got completely different things that they think were most important. So let's talk time warp and we'll get to the samples really quickly. But I've never been happy with time warp on the GoPro Hero 7. I make running videos a lot and I wanted to use time warp to be able to show off the routes, and I have been, but I've never been quite happy because I shoot using the flat ProTune color profile for a start, and the Hero 7 doesn't let you do that. You've got next to no options when it comes to time warp. You can pretty much set the speed and that's it. Oh, no way of changing any of the settings. And then if you went into really rough ground, it got bumpy. And it just wouldn't stay smooth. Then along comes the GoPro Hero 8 with new improved time warp, and now with actual options. You can go in, you can set the color mode to flat. Finally, you can change the sharpness, and you can change the field of view. You can change between wide and narrow. Didn't have that option with the GoPro, so stuck them to this piece of wood and took them out for a test. First test was 4K, shooting at 10 times speed, and when I compared them side by side, apart from the differences in color, I much prefer how the Hero 8 looks. Apart from those differences, they look really similar. They were just equally as smooth. They both equally had bumps in the places where maybe I wouldn't have liked to have, you know, small bumps. But then I remembered that you now can shoot in linear, and when you do that, you're cropping the image. The GoPro has a lot more space to reframe and stabilize, and it's a big difference. Wait till you see this. Look at that difference. Now, this becomes, I got hit by a hail shower when I was out doing this, becomes especially noticeable. Just wait until we go off the trail here. We're gonna go off-road in just a second. Wait till you see this. Look at that. The Hero 7 is all over the place and the Hero 8 is just dead smooth. That blew me away because that is exactly what I wanted time warp to be able to do. I want to be able to run off-road and have it be smooth, and finally it has. And I've got another example here. There's a part of, this is Glenara Forest Park in Northern Ireland, a place I like to train quite a bit. And there's a little bit of what I like to call the roller coaster. It's lots of little swoopy turns. I thought that'd be a really good place to test it. So once again, here are the two cameras side by side on the roller coaster. Just look at the difference. Hero 7 is bouncing all over the place. It's got these weird knocks, and the 8 is just woo! Just watch that again. Just look at how smooth the 8 is. This is it just playing back on its own. Okay. You're just swooping along. Those awkward bumps aren't there. And just to show you what I mean by that, let's go back and we'll watch the Hero 7 on its own. See if you can see the difference. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump. There's just this ugly motion to it that I've never quite liked. If you're never actually doing a trail race and you're only ever using it while walking, that might not matter for you, but the difference that being able to use that linear lens and the difference in stabilization on trails for me is incredible. A couple of other features with it. you can now set the speed to auto, so it like automatically detects based on how fast you're moving what it thinks would be a good speed. I'm kind of in two minds about it. On one hand, it's good because it's sort of a set it and forget it, but on the other hand, there's been a couple times I've set it to auto and it's been a little bit faster than I would have liked, and then I can't do anything about it because, you know, I just let it do its thing. But the auto does work pretty well most of the time. And the other thing you can do, which again for me is a massive deal, because often what would happen to me in a race is I would set it up, time warp shot, running along, I would spot something interesting, and then I'm like, okay, do I pause the camera, switch out of time warp, get into normal video the interesting thing as I go by, and then go back in and restart again. Huge hassle. Now, all you have to do is, while you're finishing time warp, just boop, push the button, switches it into real-time mode so you can film in real time, tap it again, and woof, you're away. That's what I did that intro sequence with, and I'll just show you here again so you can see a few places. I just saw something of interest, hit the real-time button, and it would freeze, and then hit it again. So that for me is a massive, massive upgrade. Although the one thing I do wish it did is when you went to real time, I wish it would add some audio into the video file. That would be quite nice, because then you're able to get like a little bit of ambient sound into that bit. I think that would have been a really good addition. I hope maybe they'll bring in a firmware update. Overall, for me, the updates to time warp are massive, massive. Very, very happy with it, and for me, it would have made upgrading the Hero8 worth it alone for the improvement it's going to make to my running videos. This video has been part of a bit of a series I'm doing comparing a few features of the Hero8 and the Hero7, mainly the features that I'm specifically interested in myself. So you want to catch the rest of those, there's some more on the channel. And then very soon I'm going to be releasing what I'm calling a real-time test. I took the Hero8 out, I ran up a mountain with it, made a bit of a vlog, tested a few things, and then at the end of that I'm going to do a 60-second summary of what I think of the GoPro and well, I recommend buying it over the Hero7, although I think you might already know the answer to that. But there will be some epic shots of me running down a mountain, so it's pretty chilly. Whoa! Oh! Little bit of a mild ankle roll there.